are so excited that you have decided to consign with WeeRuns. Our main goal is to sell your items, and so we're going to talk about some ways that you can prepare your items so that they will sell. Please make sure that if you are selling items that are multiple items in a grouping, that you secure them together so that they do not get separated. Also, when you are securing your tag to your items, please make sure that that tag is not going to come off easily. You can do that with packing tape or with pins, but please make sure that it is secure. Again, our main goal is to sell your items. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Let's talk about how to prepare your shoes for WeeRuns. When you're getting ready to work on your shoes, things that you will need are index cards, packing tape, and I like to use this type of string right here. It tends to stay tied when you tie it, and so we like to use this type of string. Another thing that you might want in preparation, if you have shoes that are not going to be easily tied together, are these office clips, and they will work well if you have shoes that don't have a place to tie them together. You may use this clip to secure them together as well. When you are preparing your cards to put on shoes, I like to take the packing tape and put it over the top of the card, front and back, and then punch a hole there so that the card will not be easily torn. If somebody pulls on this card, it's not going to pull through that tape. And then you'll want to find something on your shoes, on each one of the shoes, to tie this twine to so that it will keep the shoes together, and then I will also tie the card to it as well. I have a pair of shoes here as well, but again, if you find that you don't have a place to tie it, then these work well. Good luck with your shoes. Okay, we're going to talk about bin items, and I'd like to start off by just explaining what types of items we would consider to be bin items. Onesies are articles of clothing that might be less than $3 because we only put $3 items on the rack. So if you have clothing items that might be priced less than $3, then we would consider those bin items. Bottles and feeding utensils like that, those are things that we're going to consider bin items. But you'll want to make sure that all of your bin items are going to be put into Ziploc bags. Anything that goes in the bin must be in a Ziploc bag. There's a couple things to remember when you are preparing your items for the bins, and that is whether you use a smaller Ziploc bag or a larger Ziploc bag, you can use either side, that you make sure that once you place your item in the bag and you should secure the zipper, you'll want to take packing tape and secure the top of it so that items cannot be taken out of the bag. Please do not use staples when you do this, but packing tape works very well. Another thing you'll want to remember is to put your card on the outside of the bag, and when you do that, you want to secure it with packing tape also, and it works best if there are no edges that are not covered by packing tape. You want to make sure that you don't just pin it to the top, because as you can see, it comes off very easily, and you don't want that card to be separated from your item. You also want to make sure that your card is not inside of the bag, because you'll need to secure your barcode to that, and you'll want to make sure that your card is on the outside of the bag. And again, you want to make sure your items are in Ziploc bags. This is not prepared for a bin. You'll want to put it in a Ziploc bag so that it can be placed in our bins for sale. But let's talk about bedding. There are a couple of ways that you can prepare your bedding for sale. If you have lightweight items such as blankets or sheets that you would like to hang, you may hang those on hangers. You may also put those in bags, and we can put those for sale in another place. But if you'd like to hang them, you may do that. But please make sure that they are lightweight. If you have a complete set of bedding that includes the comforter, the bumper, the sheets that match, the lamp, things like that, they do not work well hanging. They tend to pull the hangers down and they won't stay hanging on the rack. So what we found that works best for your hanging bedding is to purchase large Ziploc bags. You can get these at Walmart or grocery stores, Kmart, things like that, and they are extra large, heavy-duty Ziploc bags. They are this size, they have handle, and they do zip. And so when you are doing your bedding, things that you need to put together that are heavier can go in these bags, and then they will sell pretty well with that. Make sure again that your tag is taped to the outside of your bag, and there are no loose pieces outside of your bag.
I'm here to discuss today how to prepare your hanging items for sale at WeeRuns. Please make sure that you check our guidelines, because seasonally we change the difference between if you can have jeans or not. Also, all items have to be $3 or more before they can on our clothing racks. One of the very first things you need to make sure that you know is that all of our coat hangers always are in this direction, just like a question mark. And you will also see that you always have your tags or your cards are always on the right side. You can always remember your cards where your heart is. This is the proper way to hang a pair of pants on your coat rack. You always put it to the very top of the coat rack, as you can see, and you are going to make sure that you hang and place it through the clothing items at least twice to secure and to make sure that it does not fall and it is secure on the coat rack. Now let me explain how to do sets. When you have two pieces of items and you would like to put them on, you will secure the shirt onto the very front and make sure that it is safety pin to the top, and then you can put the pants on the very back and make sure again that it is safety pinned to the hanger and to the clothes also. And then also on your tag, please make sure that you say that it is either a 2-piece or a 3-piece suit.
I'm going to talk to you about how to get your books and your videos together for sale at WeeRuns. Some items that you will need are some twine or some yarn. Ziploc bags will be a good idea, and your cards as well. Packing tape also to secure your cards to the books and videos. When you are securing several books together, you will want to wrap the twine or string around it like you're wrapping a present, and then tie it in a knot on the front. When you are securing your cards to a group of books like this, you will want to secure the card on all 4 sides with packing tape, because this card can very easily be pulled off and separated from your books. So it is a very good idea to put it on the back and secure it with tape on all 4 sides. That's also appropriate for a single book where you are putting a card on the front, and you will want to secure it on all 4 sides. If you have any corner of the card that can be torn, then this card can easily be separated from your book, and then the item may not sell. Another thing about books is that you will want to prepare your books for sale with like items together. They should be all of the same set. For instance, if you have a Dick and Jane set, you can put all of those together. Also, if you are putting books together that are of similar reading level or category, for example, sharks and oceans and things like that can all go together. But if you put a board book with easy reading books with a hardback book, this set will probably not sell as well. As for your videos, we do request that you not place them in plastic bags because they don't fit appropriately in the containers that we use to sell the videos for WeeRuns. We do also request that if you are selling videos as a set, that they are part of a set, for instance, Star Wars 1 through 4, or that they are of like character or series, for instance, Clifford. We don't want Clifford in with Barney because that, again, will not sell as well. We're going to talk now about how to prepare your electronics, your video games, etc. for sale at WeeRuns. Things that you may need would be the original container or packaging if you have it, or Ziploc bags would be appropriate as well. If you have the original container, please make sure that that video or game is in fact in the container. And now we are requesting that you not secure those with tape before you bring them in. We are checking to make sure that it is the appropriate game in the container, and we will secure those ourselves after we make that check. If there are any cords or lines associated with your electronics equipment, we do request that you secure those to the piece that you're selling. You can do that either with tape, with a twist tie, or some other string so that that cord is not dangling separately from your item. I'm going to talk to you today about how to get your puzzles and games prepared to sell at WeeRuns. For puzzles, if they are in a box, or your games as well, if they are in a box, then the best thing to do for that is to actually tape all 4 sides of the bottom of the box so that the box cannot be opened. It's also appropriate to note on the outside of the card if all pieces are in fact present for that puzzle. The board puzzles or wooden puzzles, the foam puzzles as well, are rather difficult at times to get prepared. One of the best ways to do that is to get a 2-gallon Ziploc bag from the store. Most puzzles will fit nicely in the gallon Ziploc bag, 2-gallon Ziploc bag. And it's very important to not tape the pieces of the puzzle to the board itself. Those very easily get lost and separated from your puzzle, and then your items are not going to sell. I'm here to give you a few suggestions about tagging your toys today. The biggest thing with the toy items is because of the volume that we have here at WeeRuns, people dig through boxes, dig through shelves, and it makes it really hard sometimes if you don't tag your items correctly for the tags to stay on. So if you have something, that's cloth, baby dolls, anything like that, feel free to take a safety pin and pin your tag to the cloth item. That works well. Items in Ziploc bags are wonderful. Put all your items together, things like blocks, Legos, put them in the Ziploc bag. Packing tape. Packing tape is your friend. Packing tape across the top of the zippy part of the bag will make sure your items are secure. You can even use the large size Ziploc bags. Those work great for Legos, the Mega Blocks, things like that. Just works really well to keep all the pieces together. Items like the skateboard, for example, you can put your tag here. Use packing tape to tape the card onto the skateboard. Scotch tape is not your friend. It does not work well. Your tag will get torn off. It just does not hold your card to the item very well. No Scotch tape. Scotch tape on top of the bags does not work well. Packing tape, again, I can't stress this enough, how well packing tape works to shut your bags, to put your items on. Don't try things like punching a hole in your card and with string tying your card to the skateboard wheel. Just take your time when you're tagging your items, your toy items, and think about what you're doing and think about the volume of people that come through and touch your items. We want your card to stay on so that you can get credit for your items.